Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel where we are going to be looking at some Dollar Tree items that we can incorporate into our craft space and save lots of money. So I'm going to be going through about 14 or 15 different items from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to see how they are used for my everyday crafting and if that can be helpful for you as well. I'm also going to end out this video with a craft project, so stay tuned to the end for that. Let's jump right into the first look at the Dollar Tree glue sticks. Now these come 4 to a pack, so I don't do public math, but if you do the $125 plus tax, depending on where you live, divided by 4, there you go. I wanted to see if they work for cardstock paper crafting. I've seen other crafters use them, and so I put a generous amount on the back of this really heavy, thick watercolor cardstock and put it down to my regular cardstock base to see. I'm going to put something heavy on it just to give it a chance. I wanted to give it a chance for survival. So I put something heavy on it. And then I went with a thinner cardstock onto the card base because I wanted to see maybe I was being a little too rough on it for that first piece of heavy cardstock. All right, well, we're going to come back to reveal if that glue stick is any good. But let's move into the next item. Okay, so this next thing is Sharpies. Now, I love the fine tip Sharpie. I use them in my journal. I use them for taking notes. I love them. Now, I have this particular notebook here. Now, the paper of these notebooks, I get these from like Marshall's, TJ Maxx. It's thick paper. I guess it's not like notebook paper from the Dollar Tree. So I say that because I want to test out these journal pens to see if they will bleed through. So first of all, the Sharpie is, Sharpie quality. So it's great. I love it. It shows through a little bit on the back. I'm going to show you up a closer picture here in just a second, but I wanted to try the black, red, and blue. They come in with set from the Dollar Tree. Now the Sharpies from the Dollar Tree as well, so that's not too expensive there also, so I like them both. They did not bleed through. The black on the journal pens, not a fan. I like the stark blackness of the Sharpie better. But they worked. I liked them. The price point is pretty good. Okay, so let's go back to, I think I showed this in another video, but we're going to talk about it again. This is the Standard Grip Sticky Mat from the Dollar Tree, $125. I'm going to use it to stamp inside my Misty. Okay, so the reason why I find this useful, first of all, I don't have to cut it down for the regular size Misty. It fits right in there. And what I love about it is I can put my cardstock more in the middle of the Misty should I want to stamp off of it. If I put it down into the corner all the time, I may not be able to stamp off of it the way that I want, right? So for this example, on the right-hand side, I have the circle stamp falling off of the card panel, right? So that's why it's helpful to have something like a Standard Grip Mat, something you can use tape and roll it on itself, low-tack tape. That will work just fine too. But I thought for $1.25, I can just keep this in my Misty, cover it up every time I use it. I don't want to get extra dust on it. But yeah, I thought this was a really cool thing. I wanted to keep it in there. There's other ways that you could have pulled this off the mat without making your cardstock warp. Try pulling the grip mat from your cardstock. That will help a lot better. Using a baby wipe, I can just clean up the ink right off of my grip mat. It came right off, no issue there. Okay, let's move on to our next product. Now this is a silicone scrubber. So I presume to wash dishes, to clean. I think I've seen people clean makeup brushes like with this kind of thing. But I'm going to try to use it to clean off my stamps. So I have this little scrubby there, and you can spritz it with water, and then you can just clean off your stamps. So that's one use for it. But going back to the makeup brush idea, I'm going to try to clean my ink blending brushes with this. So I just add a little bit of water. You might wonder why I didn't spritz it with my bottle, because my bottle's broken. I need a new one. So I just poured a little bit of water in there. Now I get my brush all inked up, right? I'm going to just scrub it right onto the scrubby mat. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use the other side to dry my brush. I don't do it that time, but I'm going to do it this next go around. So it cleans it really well instead of going into like a towel or, whatever you're currently using. This little scrubber thing is brilliant. So I really liked it. It cleaned off my brush really nicely. Okay, let's go to the kitchen section for a second. I use these tongs right here. I've showed these in a past video. In case you missed that video, I just wanted to add it back. But these are great because they're silicone, and so if you do get embossing powder, if you're heat embossing onto your silicone tongs, it comes right off. And then this other rubber piece right here, this is a spatula. I love how small it is, and right on the tip of the spatula, it bends, so it's a little flexible right on the tip. Now, if you are mesmerized as you watch me play with this, I am not surprised, and you are not alone. This stuff is incredible. This is the new Simon Hurley paste that came out. It comes in a couple different colors. This one's called Royal Flush, and it gives this pearlescent finish. You don't know if it's purple or if it's blue. It just depends on the way the light hits it. It shows up on black cardstock incredibly well. So that's a side note. But the spatula is awesome for putting on paste. Now, please don't get sick of me showing you this, but I've been talking a lot about how we get these 2 pieces of acetate for our stamps and how it's annoying. And one of the recommendations I shared recently was to use packaging tape to close it. Well, you don't need fancy expensive packaging tape. This is from the Dollar Tree, and it works just as well. You get a huge roll for $1.25, and you don't need any special applicator to put the tape on. You just, every time you pull out a stamp that annoys you because 2 acetate sheets, just pull that tape out and get to adhering it. It's brilliant. I love it. And now I'm so happy when I open up one of my stamp sets and it stays together. It's the little things, I tell you. But this packaging tape could run for up to $3, $4, $5 each. And from the Dollar Tree, it's $1.25, and you'll get a ton of use out of it. All right, let's move on to our next item, which are Post-it-like sheets. So these are adhesive on part of the back of the sheets. They're like little note takers. You've seen them before, I'm sure. And you can use these in your crafting for masking. Now, they're not full sticky, so that is something to consider. But let's say you want to just mask off a straight line, or if you're doing a sentiment that's kind of square, that will make it easier. But the top is sticky, so you can use it for other things as well, small images, stuff like that. So I'm just showing you how just masking off half of this card panel here, what kind of result you can get just by using these super cheap Post-it-like notes that you can get from the Dollar Tree. And so once I pull that off, there you go, you can kind of see. So it would be really fun for certain backgrounds. And anyway, you can use those for masking. I think they're great. Also, I use them in general for tons of stuff in my office. So it's a great buy. And you get a ton for just $1.25. Let's talk organization real quick. So I have a couple organizational things that I'll be implementing into my craft space. One of them being this project folder. So you can't beat the price, in my opinion, $1.25 for this folder right here where I can actually tab out different things. I'm thinking, if I'm doing a project that's requiring some time, let's say I'm making multiples of a project and I'm doing it in steps, but I want to clean up my desk, I can break this down into step 1, step 2, step 3. If I can't do it all at the same time, like in one day. I'm also thinking like a certain cardstock. Let's say I have full sheets of Bristol Smooth cardstock, but then I have scraps I can keep in there as well. So things like that I feel would really help me organize some of the things that I find are just laying all over the place. If I'm crafting on the go, if I'm going to events, things like that. So I'm loving this folder. I think that's a great find. The next organizational thing are these little totes. How cute are these? Especially if you do events. These are adorable, and you can just kind of, let's say you're doing kids events or even at schools, but let's say I'm doing a crafting event and I have 15 people showing up. I get these little containers and put all of their little supplies in there for them. I think it's so cute. You can even make little, this is outside the craft room. Now I'm just getting crazy. But you can think of like Christmas gifts where you can put like a themed little thing inside these totes. How adorable. So I loved these. These were great. I think they're a great price. And they're sturdy. It's pretty sturdy plastic. I was impressed. So that is the next organizational find. Now, what I love about the next thing I'm going to show you is they come 3 to a pack. And I was really impressed with the kind of plastic these were. They were not super hard acrylic. They were a little bit flexible, but they were really nice plastic. I didn't think they were flimsy at all. And what I love, again, they come 3 to a pack. You can use these for a myriad of things. I don't even think I can come up with examples for your space, but for mine, I was putting my smaller stamps in here because I have no place to put my smaller stamps. I also, if you want to keep stuff off the side of your desk, not all over the place, you can just put these kind of around your space while you're working and toss stuff in them as you work to keep your space clear. So I love that idea. They can also be little trash cans if you go to events. That's another one. So love those. And then these, I was impressed by these. They are huge for $1.25. And so, but I had to bring them home and see if they stand the test of time when it comes to certain stamp sizes. So I have large stamps, of course, I have all kinds of sizes, but I wanted to see how they would work. So the side way right here would be nice because you can put tabs that are taller than the stamp sets. This way you can kind of filter through what you're looking for. But I filled this one chock full so you can see how many can actually fit into it. I have dies in there, stamps in there, and those are all the large size. So it's really nice for storing stamps. All right, folks, let's go back to our glue. This is the glue stick. Didn't work at all. Not only did it not work, but it laughed at me by drying completely. So, 2 thumbs down for the glue sticks in paper crafting. If you've gotten them to work, please let us know in the comment section because maybe I did something wrong. Okay, this is my tried and true favorite hack from the Dollar Tree and using stuff in your craft space, and it is using poster board. So I get a lot of questions on this. I have multiple videos on it, but I thought I'm at the Dollar Tree. Why not try out the newest poster board that they have, because I keep sending you all there for poster board. So I wanted to give it a try. This is 6 to a pack now, and they are very large. Of course, you can cut them down, but I am just going to show you how well the alcohol inks work on this poster board. So there's sort of like a shine side and there's a cardboard side, more like cardstock side. You want to use the shiny side, right? Because it's going to have your inks move a lot better. So you can see the mix of things I'm getting. I'm using alcohol blending solution. I'm using alcohol inks and my little blower tool. All this stuff will be linked below if you're interested in the exact type I'm using. That one I'm showing you, the blower tool, that's actually from Amazon. It is not craft branded. And so I'm just going through adding. You can see the inks moving on the cardstock or on the poster board. It's wonderful. I also get a lot of questions about what about other kinds of poster board. You can find poster board in any place, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens. You're going to be able to find poster board. So it's not just from the Dollar Tree. Also, Amazon has poster board, so you can use it there. A lot of people said photo paper works well. So yeah, if you have it in your stash, try it out. Now this is comparison to the synthetic paper. This is synthetic paper right there that is made for quote unquote alcohol ink blending. But then I wanted to show you some of my other ones that I made from poster board. Both of these are from poster board. So this one right here, I love the look I got. I've kept this for years because I cannot part with it, nor do I know what to do with it. So if you have any ideas for that, put it in the comments. And then also this one as well. This is a much lighter, more whimsical type of design, but I can't part with them. I just cannot. I will find something to do with them. All right, let's craft. So right here, I'm going to be making some things, and I'm going to be using my Revlon hair curler dryer thingy. I don't use it for that. I use it only for alcohol inks, but it's fantastic because you have a heat set and a cool set. I use the cool, and you'll see it blows around the ink really nicely. So what am I making? So I picked up these ornaments from the Dollar Tree. These are the ones that have the shiny finish on them. So they're porcelain, I suppose, or ceramic rather, and they have a shiny finish so that I can use them with the alcohol inks. I'm going to be making, we're having family friends over for Thanksgiving, so I'm going to be making some name tags for them that they can take as ornaments. So it's sort of a gift and a nice way to put their placemat setting, kind of finish it off with their names. We're going to take to the Cricut after this, my daughter and I, and we're going to make them personalized with each of our guests' names. And I just thought, how fun was this? And each of these was $1.25 to make. Now, granted, if you don't have any craft supplies in your house, then it might cost a little bit more to make, but I already have all this stuff on hand, and so for me, this is like one of the cheapest and most fun things I can do for adding that extra holiday flair, I guess. Sort of like the Thanksgiving themed decorations. There's many ways you can be blowing around the ink. You can use the blower tool, you can use a straw. I like this method for my projects. So yeah. Okay, so before I end this, I did want to tell you, if you get alcohol ink where you don't want it, just put a little bit of blending solution on there. I tried to just wipe it with an alcohol swab. It didn't work. So I add a little bit of blending solution, and then it comes right off with the alcohol swab. Okay, that will do it for this video. I hope this was helpful to kind of get outside the box. Sometimes we don't always have to buy craft branded products for our craft space. And I hope this was useful in that you can save a few dollars when you're at the next Dollar Tree. Thank you so much. I will list everything I used that wasn't from the Dollar Tree down in the description box below. If you have any questions, don't forget to hit me up in that comment section. I will see you down in the comments below and in the next video. Bye-bye. If you liked this video, you might really enjoy these on the screen, so check them out.